50 million liters of toxic waste dumped into the Kafue River, destroying its ecosystem overnight. In February, a Chinese-owned copper mine in southern Zambia dumped acidic waste into a river, contaminating water that millions depend on. Acid, heavy metals, and dissolved solids have already spread 100 kilometers downstream, causing the Zambian president, Hakainde Hichilema, to call for urgent intervention. But experts fear long-term devastation. This isn't an isolated case. Chinese mining companies don't have the best track record when it comes to environmental practices. Beijing has become a leading player in Africa's mining sector, securing access to critical minerals for global tech production. But some of these investments have come at a steep environmental cost. In Ghana, illegal mining operations that reportedly include some 50,000 Chinese nationals have devastated 60% of the country's freshwater sources. Mercury, used to extract gold, has contaminated rivers, destroyed farmland, and endangered entire communities. In Nigeria, Chinese ethanol producer Wewood dumped toxic waste into a forest in 2020, leading to the deaths of 3 people in Ondo State. In the DRC, Chinese-run cobalt and copper mines critical for batteries and electronics have been exposed for polluting rivers, displacing communities, and violating labor rights. And in Guinea, China's scramble for bauxite used in aluminum production has led to unchecked deforestation and water pollution. Data shows that 8% of Africa's total mining output is controlled by Chinese firms. In 2019, China imported $10 billion worth of minerals from sub-Saharan Africa. However, while China has expanded aggressively, Western corporations have their own legacy of environmental destruction. Some 20 years ago, British oil trader Trafigura dumped 528 cubic meters of toxic sludge in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, poisoning over 100,000 people and killing at least 17. More recently, French mining giant Orano, formerly Areva, left 20 million tons of radioactive uranium waste in Niger's Arlit region, exposing residents to radiation levels above WHO safety limits. In reality, Western mining companies still control over 20% of Africa's mineral output, with Anglo-American among the biggest players. One of the root causes of these recurring environmental disasters lies in the systemic challenges African governments face. Many African nations, including Zambia, struggle with weak regulatory frameworks, underfunded environmental agencies, and a lack of technical expertise to monitor and enforce compliance. Corruption and political pressure further complicate matters, as some governments often prioritize short-term economic gains over long-term environmental sustainability. Additionally, the power imbalance between African states and wealthy foreign corporations can lead to lopsided agreements that favor investors at the expense of local communities and ecosystems. According to a 2022 report by the Center for Science and Environment, many African countries show inherent weaknesses when it comes to their independent environmental impact assessment.